Welcome, my name is Teresa, and in today's video, it's all about our Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. Now, before we get started, if this is your first time visiting our channel, we would appreciate it if you went ahead and subscribed. And while you're at it, go ahead and click on that bell icon on the right-hand side. That way you'll be notified when we release our next video. Now, let's just go ahead and dive right in. When I got the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set, I knew that it would be another favorite. I really like the botanical stamp sets that we come out with. And of course, the first thing I did is I went with some fall colors. That might reflect. I hope that doesn't reflect too much. Let me check. Oh, that's probably annoying. Let me move that out of the way. And I started using, you know, the fall colors, the oranges and the golds and the greens. And I think that's really cute. I like it. So that's the first one I did. Then I experimented with some of our designer series paper and used an embossing folder on this one. See if you can see it. The Tasteful textiles, and I thought that's really nice too. There's a little bit of shimmer. I'm not sure if you can see it or if I'm getting it in the light, but isn't that pretty? Went on and of course played with some of our new cardstock, the Bumblebee. Cute. And even used the Bumblebee from a previous stamp set. I want to say that was called Honeybee. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. This has an embossing folder as well. It looks like a tree. Then we started branching out into different colors. This time we did a blue sunflower. And I think that's just bright and festive and cheery. I like that one as well. Then something struck me and I thought to myself, branch out into other colors. And so I did, using the Petal Pink and some designer series paper. I want to say this is in good taste that this paper came from. Looks like a stone brick wall. Isn't that cute? And now these are the two that are the highlights of today's video. The first, but we're gonna have to switch it up a little. This was a sympathy card I did. I really liked the contrast between our basic black and our soft, that beautiful Petal Pink. You see it? Isn't that pretty? And this one, pow, look at that. I really went a little crazy with the pearl embellishments. They might be reflecting off of this Coastal Cabana gorgeous green-blue, blue-green color. Isn't that pretty? Now, we're not gonna exactly, we'll get to this one. We'll put that one off to the side for now. We're not gonna start with that one. We're gonna start with our Petal Pink. So of course, the first thing we need is some Petal Pink paper. Now this one opens this way. So you're going to want to cut a piece of paper that measures 8.5 by 5.5. And it's on the 8.5 inch side that you want to score it or fold it in half at 4 1/4. Okay? And on the inside, grab your Whisper White. So this, we want to come in 1/4 inch. So you would cut this at 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that'll be the insert. And then on the outside, it's another layer. So another piece, another exact same piece, 4 by 5 1/4. Now this time, this layer has the basic black, but I have embossed this with, I promise you, it was just right here. It always goes bye-bye. But anyway, I'll show it to you. It's the Parisian Flourish embossing folder, which has walked. I don't know where it went. But anyhow, I went ahead and embossed that in the interest of time because we do have some stamping to do. We'll put that off to the side. Now, for the flower in the greeting, I'm using the very large blossom from the stamp set and ink that up with some black ink. Okay, just ink that up. Go ahead and put that there. And that'll have a second just to dry. And then I'm going to grab my Petal Pink ink. And the sentiment for this one, I'm using the With Deepest Sympathy. this one, this does not come with the Celebrate Sunflowers. This comes from our Peaceful Moments stamp set. Okay, in case you were wondering where I got that from. So let me go ahead and ink that up with that Petal Pink. Put this down here. If I cut it just right, or if I spaced it just right, not cut it, it'll be perfect. All right, I want to go ahead and close up this ink. Take good care of your ink. You don't want it drying out. Clean your stamp. All right, now on this one, I'm not sure you can see it in the camera. I did just use light, or the light Petal Pink, and a little of the light gray granite. So let me go ahead and grab my stamping blend. And yes, this is the light Petal Pink. And for this one, all I did was just go where the shading is. They did such a beautiful job on these that, again, you almost don't have to. They're just that good. But for this particular one, I really wanted to pull in a little color into these, a little bit more other than the black. Now, I had tried stamping this blossom off with the Petal Pink, and it was beautiful, but it did not yield the results that I was looking for. So, and that's, again, you know, that's the beauty of being crafty and working at your craft table and people not watching you. You can do whatever you want, and if at the end you don't like it, hey, at least you had, hopefully you had fun doing it. Hopefully that was your playtime. All right, now I want to grab that light gray granite. Again, I'm going to use the fatter side of my stamping blend. And here I'm just going to throw it in the center of that bud. You can see I'm not really paying much attention to it, just laying down that color. And then I might go off, you know, press it a little bit around the edges, just into that soft Petal Pink I put down, and that's it. Boom. For cutting it out, we do have this, the Celebrate Sunflowers does have coordinating die cuts, and I'm going to use that. If you don't have the coordinating dies, you can do what we call fussy cut, and with a pair of scissors, you can cut this out. But if it's possible and you can go ahead and get both, I would recommend getting both. There we go. If I turn it around enough, I'll find it. Some people have a much better eye at that, and grab it on the first try. All right, and you know, if you've seen any of my other videos where I've done this, I like to use a Post-it note to go ahead and make sure it really stays in place. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab the label I want to use from here. It's from the Tasteful labels, and this is the one I want to use. Hopefully it'll fit. If I positioned everything just right, it'll be fine. If I didn't, well, it won't be. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. Another Post-it note. I keep a stack of them right here. Some people use the washi tape. That works fine. I happen to have Post-it notes. I'll be right back. Let me run it through the Big Shot machine. Okay, I've got that. And let's start with the inside. You certainly can stamp a greeting on the inside of your cards. I tend not to. We have lots of sentiments that you can use, and they're very appropriate for all occasions. There's not one I can think of that it wouldn't be appropriate for, but I do like to leave them blank until I need them. That's just me. All right, the next layer I want to do is another layer of the white on the outside. I do like that layering effect. It gives it some nice dimension, and it's really going to help offset that gorgeous basic black. This Stampin Seal Plus, I don't know why I said it that way, but it's good stuff. If you can, I highly recommend you invest in it. All right, now, your embossing folder is sort of two-sided in that the embossing can raise up or it can groove down. I like it up. I don't feel as if there's a right or wrong way. I feel as if it's a preference. Now on this one, I am using our metallic edge ribbon, and it is in the Petal Pink. I'm gonna cut it to be just a little bit longer. And watch what I do here. I'm gonna eyeball this, and hopefully I get it right, we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply all the tape to the back. Now because this is heavily embossed, you can use the Tombow glue, that would be fine. The Stampin Seal Plus is gonna work beautifully. I don't need the Tombow glue, But if you don't have the Stampin' Seal Plus, I would recommend the Tombow glue. I'm gonna put an extra one there. Now here, I wanna eyeball where I wanna put this ribbon. And it looks like about there. And this one side, I'm gonna press and put it in place. And then don't pull too tight. If you pull it too tight, your card's gonna curl. So you wanna play with it just a little to where you don't have that. And then you wanna make sure you have it level before you apply this down. And I like the look of that, so let's go ahead and get this in place. I try to line up the bottom edge first. Ooh, Teresa, let's see. I might have to move that one up a little. We'll see. There's a couple more things you can do to, if you're not 100% satisfied with where it's at, other than start all over. I don't want to start all over. Now this one, I'm just checking to see, did I raise this up with stamping dimensionals? I did. I raised up the sentiment with our stamping dimensionals. These are really fun to use. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use 4 of them. I'll put one in this corner and one down here. I want to put one up there and one here. If you have the pick tool, which I do, I need to do a video just on this pick tool alone, but for now, it's just kind of fun to do this. If you have thin nails and have a hard time peeling off the little backing, the pick tool really comes in handy. I do it because honestly, it's just a lot of fun to use that tool. All right, I'm going to put that here. Take another piece of ribbon and I'm going to do a really simple bow. It's a little bit of a faux bow, a little cheap bow as it were. See, I just put it behind it. Can you see that? And then just a simple tie. There, just like that. And sometimes you can play with it and really spend a little bit of time on it, putting it exactly where you want it. The other thing you can do is put a little adhesive on the back, lay down a little glue if you really want it to stay in a certain place. I'm fine with it just kind of floating free, although I do want to cut this edge. That edge to me is not at enough of an angle, so let's see if I can get in there and make it look more like I want it to look. Yeah, I like that a little better. Okay. He was put on with stamping dimensionals as well. You grab those back. And again, I'm going to do 4 on opposing sides. One there, east, west, north, south, or north, south, west, east, whatever, if you're keeping track. Grab that pick tool again. Can you hear that sound? Or is you busy listening to my, there we go, my air conditioner. Now to me, I'm going to follow that. I like this little petal piece going back, but you can do whatever you want. And just put that where you want it. And of course, my wink of Stella. Just pop that all in the center. The camera sometimes picks up the shimmer that it gives it. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if it will for you today. I'll find out later when we post it, but it's really cute. Now the last thing I want to do is put some embellishment on it. I used one, and it's from our Elegant Gemstones. Ay, 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 ay. I always have it right here ready to go, and then I hit the go live and boom, I lose everything. Ah, here it is. I don't know why that happens, but I've been using this a lot, but this is from our Elegant Faceted Gems. And I want to take this one that looks like it's in the soft petal pink, and it's faceted, so it really will reflect the light. It's double-sided tape. Come on, trying to get it all. And then we'll just pop that one right there. How cute is that? Oh, so this one's done. Let me hold it up so you can get a good shot of it. The first one and the second one. Isn't that just pretty? Hold it still, Teresa. I know I talk to myself. Look. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's go ahead and put this one off to the side, and I want to show you that one that I did in the Coastal Cabana. Now, the reason I did the Coastal Cabana is that I had the paper. The paper is part of the Bright set, and I used my last sheet designing this one. And sorry, and the reason I used it was because I had the Coastal Cabana coordinating ink pad. See, our products coordinate, and when they coordinate, it makes things so much easier. So since I didn't have more Coastal Cabana paper, you know I'm gonna get more in, but I don't have it now. I thought, let's see what it will look like, and I have not done this. We're gonna do this together in a different color. Now, another color that I do have the ink for is the Pretty Peacock. So we're gonna do this in Pretty Peacock. Let's get started over here. So again, because it's folding this way, you wanna measure 5.5 by 8.5, and you wanna fold it at 4 1/4 or directly in half. And we're gonna have our white paper on the inside, because this is so dark, I really feel this needs that white insert sheet. On the outside, we're gonna layer it as well. We're gonna get another sheet of white, use your Whisper White. And then, I do have this one here. I took the, what is this even called? To me, I call it a brick. I think we're at the name of it. I know one day I should show you what goes on behind the scenes. I have a bucket, and I have my stuff in the bucket. All right, this is our, this is our brick and mortar. Makes sense? And so I took a piece of the Pretty Peacock and I ran it through using that brick and mortar. Isn't that something? I love that. I think that's just a really pretty technique, because I would expect to see a sunflower up against the side of a house. So to me, in my mind, it made perfect sense. So see, we already have it layering. Now, grab another sheet of your Whisper White, and this time we're gonna take that big blossom. Let me go ahead and grab it. Give it a quick clean, scrub it off, okay? And we're gonna load it up with our Pretty Peacock. And we're gonna do an embossing technique here as well. Not on the, I'm overdoing that. Not on the blossom, but we're gonna do the embossing technique on the sentiment. Close that up, we don't want it drying out. So let's go ahead and get this to the top. I don't wanna lean in, and hopefully I made it all on there, we'll see. Because if I lean in, then the top of my head gets into view, and you probably won't like that. Oh, I think that's gonna be fine. Okay, I think that's gonna be fine. All right, now, down here at the bottom, I used the sentiment that said, congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. And because it's already on my block, I'm gonna use it again. Now for this, I'm gonna clean up my workstation just a little. Oh, my tea. We're gonna use the Versamark, and we're gonna go ahead and just apply it on your stamp, just like you would if it was regular ink. And we're going to use the Stampin' Up. Oh, you know what? I'm worried. I'm gonna get another sheet. Okay. I talked to myself. Sorry. Just because I'm 100% certain. I safe than sorry. Let's do it over here. Okay. And that's down. That looks good. Now in my Rubbermaid container, I have my Stampin' Up copper. And you'll see everybody has a different way of doing stuff. Oh, I should have rubbed this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll rub the paper against my shirt or something to try to remove any static, just so the embossing powder doesn't adhere anywhere we don't want it to. And then let's just kind of gently tap that off. Oh, that looks pretty darn good. If you see some specks where you don't want them, very lightly, you want to try to tap them off, or if you have a craft brush handy, go in there and get those flecks off. But you can just as easily take off something you don't want to take off. So you really want to have a gentle hand when you do that. Okay, that's fine. I could spend more time on it, but I won't make you all sit here and watch it while I do overkill. All right, I'm gonna heat up my heat tool. This is not a Stampin' Up heat tool. We do offer it. If you've seen prior videos, I did inherit supplies from my mom, and I inherited this from my mom, and I'm using what I have. But if you don't have a heat tool, Stampin' Up does have them, and they're wonderful. But full disclosure, this is not a Stampin' Up product. Okay, so it's been warming up for a second. Let me see. I'm going to try to position this so you can watch it change in appearance as the heat is applied. And some people like to heat up the back because you are heating this paper. There's a couple of different ways people do that. I don't find curling of the paper to be a big problem. I just don't, for whatever reason. Probably because, when I watch this one do it, but if you do, pull it taut. It'll be fine. Because I'm gonna apply it to something else anyway, so. Let's get this one started. I do need to cut this out. Let's see if I can do this quicker. Finding the right spot. Oh, better job. Look at that. Look at that. Better job than the first time. All right, let's grab some of those Post-it notes. Are you all curious to see? I'm really curious to see what this is going to wind up looking like. I have high hopes for it. Now for this one, I used Stitch So Sweetly, the second largest one. So let's go ahead and put this one in place here. Now you're probably thinking, oh, but wait a minute, that hasn't had enough time to dry. Yeah, it has. It's set. We're gonna be fine. All right, let me go run these over through my die cut, my Big Shot machine. I'll be right back. Here we go. I'm getting pretty excited, I gotta tell you. I really hope I like the Pretty Peacock as much as I really like that Coastal Cabana. I think that I was very pleased with how that turned out. All right, so let's start assembling. Again, grab our Stampin' Seal. I love the Stampin' Seal Plus. It's my favorite. It's my go-to now. Right, now I do know that I want it to come up, let's see, right about there. I'm just eyeballing it, trying to give it an idea. And again, adhere the one, press it, get it good and tight, and then don't pull too tight over here. There we go. Some people go back in and apply more tape right over top the ribbon. If you want to, feel free, that's fine. Won't hurt. Now let's line this up. Okay, and then I like to press it around. Now this time I'm not doing any faux bows or anything, but I am going to adhere him with some stamping dimensionals. I'm telling you, there are certain products that I didn't think I was going to like as much as I wound up liking them. And stamping dimensionals, sorry, was one of them. I didn't get it. I saw everybody else using it when I started attending classes locally. And I was like, what's the big deal? I don't get it. Yeah, let's put one in the center. I get it now. It just, you know, be open to new things is what that taught me. Be open to new things. Keep growing, keep learning. Come on. Be more like a kid. If at first you don't succeed and you want to learn, try again. If the second and third time you don't get it, try a second and third time, keep going. This one was raised as well, so let's grab some more stamping dimensionals. And I mean, that's what kids do. They don't get it the first time. But if they want to learn, they will learn. Somewhere along the line, a lot of us adults, we stop with that. We're like, oh, I can't start applying mascara. I never learned how. Well, did you really keep trying? Anyway, that's enough preaching. All right, let's put this together. Ooh, look, I like that. Now, what I did do with this, and again, not sure if you can see it. I took Wink of Stella, and I'm gonna show you what I did, even though it might not come up on camera, because in person, I want you to try it. And I highlighted just, oh, this'll show up. I did just some of the blocks, okay? I just real random went into some of these stones, bricks, sorry, bricks. I knew I was trying to come with a name. I don't know if I'm gonna like it as much on this one. It might be too much contrast, but that's what I did, and I thought it worked really beautifully on the Coastal Cabana. So my opinion is currently out as far as whether or not I like this on the Pretty Peacock. Let's give it a second to dry. You know, sometimes you just gotta wait and see. Ooh, I'm gonna keep going though, not gonna stop. And I'm just randomly selecting which bricks I wanna highlight. You can do more or less. See, that's really drying in, so that's gonna be perfect. For this one, I did grab, look, I used a lot of my basic pearls. I do have another one started. I don't think I'm gonna grab for it yet. But I'm gonna show you with just a few, and then you can see what it looks like with a lot of them. But first, let's do my signature 3 pearls down here. It's not my signature, a lot of people do it. I just really liked it, so. Somebody else came up with that idea. Whoever did, and I'd have no idea who did, but thank you, because I really like the look of the 3 of them down there. All right, well, I placed that in the wrong place. Okay, well, that's fine. There, and now for the insert. Something was saying just add some embellishments in there when I was doing the Coastal Cabana one. And so I started off with 3 or 4. And hey, I'm sorry, sometimes you just gotta keep blinging something out. There we go, pop that one down. I like that. Let me grab a couple more. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep this one real simple. I might keep this one at 3, just because I want you to see the difference. Look at that. That one I really loaded up. Put it in a better shot. I really loaded this one up, and we'll take pictures, and you'll be able to see the pictures over on our Facebook site, Stamping and Sipping with Chi. But I really loaded this one up with the pearls. This one, I only used 3 and in a different color. What do you think? I would probably go back and put in more pearls. That's just me. A little is fine, a lot is better. What, are you kidding me? Anyhow, so there you have it. Let's just pull these things back into the shot. I want to show, my goal was to show you how versatile this stamp set is as well. Let's recap some of them just so you can have it. This is when I ventured off of the traditional colors. And these were definitely the more, now this is more what you would expect when you're using the sunflowers. You expect to see the browns and the golds and the greens, and they're gorgeous. But look what happens when you venture out, step outside. You might like it, you might not. But at a minimum, hopefully you agree that this is a really versatile stamp set. Anyhow, thanks for visiting us. Again, if you're inspired to copy a color combination or the layout or the exact card, wonderful. But do me a favor, take a picture of it and go ahead and share it with us, because we would love to see it. So again, thank you for watching, and until next time, happy stamping.